We've looked at 4 TTArtisan lenses so far, and you got to be fair, they're one of the better budget brands out there, at least for Fujifilm X shooters. So when they asked me to take a look at this 40mm macro, I had to say yes. Now, as always, this will be very frank, very honest, and to kick it off, I wasn't really that excited by the lens, but given the reputation that TTArtisan have with, at least with you and I thought I had to take a look at it closer up, give it a bit of time, you know, as you really should do with this gear. So yeah, let's share some thoughts and then have a chat about it in the comments below. Firstly, we've got the all-important lens cloth. I know some of you are fans out there. The box itself, thinking artisan. So as we've come to expect, there's the spec there, which actually at the time of recording isn't online. It's also not on any store. Maybe next couple of days it will be. So by the time we summarize our thoughts, we can put that against the value itself. And here's the lens. We've got this annoying but solid cap that we've seen before. We've got a 60mm focal length in full frame terms. Obviously it's an APS-C lens, but in 35mm language. We've got 11 blades, 8 elements, 7 groups, so a lot going on inside this thing. As you can see, it is not internal focusing, and we have a scale right there. So nice solid metal feel to this thing. Without the caps, it weighs 380 grams. Minimum focus distance of, let me put this back on. Minimum focus distance, you stay there. There we go. 17 centimeters. There we go. So naturally nice and close. 1-to-1 macro. And if we go all the way out here, you see the throat to infinity. There is a little bit of play at the more standard focal length. So unlike some macro lenses, you could use it a little bit more comfortable than others for more standard shots, perhaps, which is always handy. We've got f2.8 clicked to f16. Very happy about the clicks. That definitely makes this a lot more usable for me, at least. Now, price unknown at the time of recording. What did I do with that funky, annoying but solid cap? So I think it's going to be about 100 to 150, but we're waiting for that to be confirmed, especially before we sort of summarize. I mean, if it takes too long, we'll just summarize based on 100 to 150. But nice solid lens as it happens. Looks a bit different to some of their other lenses, but yeah, pretty decent to be fair, as we've come to expect from TTArtisan. When I started using it, I wasn't feeling particularly inspired at all. You know, I'm not a fan of macro lenses that extend like this, and it just seems to be a little bit out of place compared to the rest of the lineup. But after using it over the last month or so, it has grown on me, and I found it to be a pretty capable lens. Now, not that it matters at all, but it's not as cool looking as some of the other lenses in the lineup, give or take a few interesting design choices. But you know, I can't be knocking points off for that. I mean, it's black, it's solid, it works well. There's nothing about the look that affects its real world use. Focusing is easy, smooth enough and accurate, and the aperture ring clicks along nicely. You know, there's nothing mind-blowing here. It's very functional and the quality is decent. The lens isn't particularly sharp at the edges wide open as you would have expected, but it's surprisingly okay in the center, and by f8 you're good all over. Vignetting is present but not too bad, wide open, and there's a bit of distortion when shooting past 1 meter. For macro though, these flaws are basically irrelevant. I didn't see any issues with chromatic aberration, and as for the bokeh, for normal distance shooting, it's fine. There's nothing to get excited about for good or for bad. Yeah, I know what I mean. At the time of putting together this section, they're running a competition to guess the price of the lens, but I was told it was in the $100 to $150 ballpark, which is what I'd expect. Of course, now that competition is over and we know the retail price. Now, if it's $100, then I'd say this is a very worthy buy. At $150, not sure it would be the one for me. But then again, I'm not into shorter focal length and macro lenses personally. I much prefer longer lenses that focus internally. You know, that's a bit annoying for me. But this is a well-built lens that can be used to produce some cracking images in the right hands. Anyway, that's what I think. More importantly, it's about what you think. So let us know if you're into macro in the comments below, and when you've had your hands on this lens, let us know what you think about it. I'll see you in the comments below.